Naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Bigger than cocks wanting to be sucked.
It looks like this meme is really old.
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here. Got the winning deck profile of the GG4Free Alpha Edition, where the first place winner ended up receiving a copy of Zoo King Alpha sent to them for free. So that was GG4Free this time around, and he was playing yet again Zoodiac Eldlich. So we got another profile for you guys, a little bit of differences. We're going to start this one off with a replay today. This was a good best of 3 from the tournament. So without further ado, let's just take a look at it. He's playing against Dragoon Eldlich, you know, a deck that I have a lot of familiarity with. If you haven't already seen that profile, be sure to check it out. So he's passing on Dragoon, set 1 pass. We got a Tanky that gets ashed. A Droplets comes down for the Dragoon, followed by the normal summon of Whiptail going to Boar Bow, gets Torrentialed. The Bell is coming down on the Wyvern in Mist's end phase. Going in for that 3500, he's going to chump block with the Conch, protect it, get a Hwak, pass turn, not bad. He gets himself a Scarlet, that's all he can do. Goes in for that hot 35, brings out the Lord. He's going to Hwak and Conch, so get that joint out of here, banish it, and then swing, 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 big damage. And yeah, he's really asserting his dominance here. So this is when the Eldlich strategy takes over. He goes into the Phoenix just to load up his trap cards. Pretty solid setup. Now here we have a little bit of a misreading. He must have misread Omduke and not realized that it requires a no monster. That ain't Link Rebo, bro. So now we're moving into game 2. GG4Free is actually made to go first and did not expect it, I'm assuming. That's what it looks like, at least. So we got an Icy Dragon's Prison on the Lord that gets Kaiju'd to get his own Lord back. He brings his Lord back, he punches over the Kaiju, and starts generating advantage with those Eldlich cards. We've got fat amount of back row. Tanky comes down, searches the Ram Ranch, going to Boar Bow, try and get that swing in. Nah, brother, that's getting Conch popped. So he throws down some back row Bell on that, but it was not enough. Not enough. He scoops. He says, now we're going to get him in game 3. And that is exactly what we see happening here. So he opens up with Red Eyes Fusion, sets up the Dragoon play. We can already take a look at GG4Free's hand and see it's absolutely bonkers. Starting off the Droplets, forcing out the Dragoon negate. Normal summon, Boar Bow attacks directly. Main phase 2, we're going to see a Zeus play, of course. We're going to send everything. He intentionally sets the Hwak to get it set up in grave to get more trap cards, which is the absolute move. Scarlet's getting a Scarlet off of his own Hwak, sending that. But then we see a Conch Hwak to try and hit off the Lord, but the Scarlet gets ashed, unfortunately. But an Icy Dragon's Prison is going to come in clutch here, and then the Bayrage is just going to seal this game up, man. When you see that Bayrage, you know that joint is all but done. And we got a 6-mat Zeus setting up Eldlich trap cards and saying the simple word of "see ya, chump." Nice try. There we go. GG4Free snags that win. Now, without further ado, let's hop into this deck profile. Alright, what's going on, guys? LoganJYA here with GG4Free, the winner of this week's Zoo King Alpha edition of the GG4Free tournament series. Very hyped and excited, of course, to see another Zoodiac variant going undefeated 5-0 at this particular tournament. Definitely brings a smile to my face, and today I'm bringing you a unique take on Zoodiac Eldlich. This is very reminiscent of Mike Stallone's list that we saw earlier on the channel, but is refined to more combat the current meta. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. Of course, we can see the triple Ash Blossom, double DD Crow, double Eldlich the Golden Lord, triple of the Ghost Bell. Then we got for the Zoo lineup 1 Bunny Blast, double Ram Ranch, 1 Thorough Blade, and 1 Whiptail. So the first thing I want to ask of you, GG4Free, is your hand trap lineup. We've got some interesting choices here. We got the double DD Crow and the triple Bell. I see a lot of people opting to play Bell nowadays, so that's not as much of a surprise. But the DD Crow is interesting. Why did you choose to go for these hand traps, and were you happy with your selection?
Mainly because a lot of the decks these days are very focused in the graveyard, like Drytron, obviously, because you can say if they activate a Drytron effect in the grave, even if you like dash it or something, they can still activate it on the next turn, and you're like a grindy deck, so you can't always just kill them. So like Crow just allows you to banish the Drytron from the grave, so they can't even use it the following turn either. That's the main reason I play DD Crow, and the hand traps definitely work very well. I feel like without like the heavy combo decks these days, like they are ending on like 4 or 1500 negates. If you have VFT, you can just set traps, and then the Bandies ruler just kind of have to deal with it. So hand traps aren't as big of a requirement.
Definitely a fair assessment. Now we're going to move on to the spell lineup. We've got triple Cosmic Cyclone, triple Cursed Eldland, triple Tanky, and triple Forbidden Droplets, followed by the one Zoodiac Bayrage. So, when I'm looking at your spell and trap lineup, we got the triple Cosmics in the main. Is that primarily for the mirror match to deal with the Chuchi against virtual worlds, or is that pretty much it? Do I have that?
I mean, like, Cosmic also has, like, it has, like, a degree of application against almost every deck. Obviously, against many of the Eldlich decks, it's good against the Chuche, against Virtual World, and, like, even against Drytron, you can hit the field spell so they can't search the Nova, or you can banish the Ritual spell if you're only playing one of it.
I think that's
So,
very impactful. I always say go for banishing the Ritual spell, because most of them, at least from the list I've been seeing, are only playing one, and this really punishes them. But yeah, that's it for the spell lineup. Were you happy with the main deck droplets? I mean, I think almost every Eldlich variant of most Eldlich variants in general, honestly, are opting the main deck to droplets. I'm sure this was good.
Yeah, because you can also, like, send it to trap for the VFD, which then allows you to actually do your Zoodiac stuff. So,
Right.
it also synergizes with the Eldlich spells and traps. So, it works very well.
Definitely. All right, now we're going to move into the trap lineup and bring the main deck to a close. We got triple Conch, triple Scarlet, triple Hawk, and triple Icy Dragon's Prison. Really nothing to say here. The only thing I wanted to point out is that you're choosing to play triple Hawk. I see a lot more lists leaning towards this instead of only playing 2. Gives your deck more longevity. Yeah, were you happy with 3, or you wish to cut it down to 2? And if you were going to cut it, what would you put in its place?
I think 3 is just completely fine. Again, like, just a lot of the decks these days are very graveyard focused. Like, you can hit them in the graveyard, even Virtual World. Nian Nian comes to the graveyard and stuff, and they banish you with the trap and the spell to get a search. So Wakero is just very good right now.
I agree. All right, let's move into the side deck. Triple Cycle Reader, 1 Ram Ranch, triple Mistaken Arrest, double Anti-Spell Fragrance, double Needle Sealing, 1 Red Reboot, and then triple Torrential Tribute, bringing the side deck to a close. We've got some very interesting choices here, and I want to point out some things. The heavy traps that we don't see in the main deck are residing in the side. I actually appreciate this, so when you know that you're going first, you can take out some of those hand traps and just put in those big game-ending blowout cards. That's something I like to see. And Mistaken Arrest is an interesting choice. Some people are choosing to tech this in against the Drytrons instead of the Droll Lockbird. What do you think was the best and most impactful card in your side deck?
I would say, well, specifically as a Drytron matchup, the Cycle Reader was just amazing, especially now with the ruling change that whenever they go, like, a Drytron Gray, especially whenever they start with Nova, and basically that means you're going to be activating a Drytron effect in the graveyard. Cycle Reader just banishing, like, a Bentan and then, like, I don't know, Alpha is just very impactful. Then playing the Mistaken Arrest instead of Droll allows it so that your opponent, it punishes your Drytron opponent for going after your back row. Like they have Twin or something, you can just chain the Mistaken Arrest. So.
And it also plays around the Aqua Dolphin that some Drytron players are opting to play right now.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Alright, well, that's awesome. And now we'll wrap things up quickly with the extra deck. There's not much explanations needed here. But we've got double Zeus, 1 Drill Driver Vespinato, the greatest card in my extra deck, double Borobow, double Chakanine, 1 Zoodiac Dryden, why ain't she at 3, I don't know, 1 Hammer Kong, and double Tiger Mortar for the Zoodiac lineup, XC's monsters. I got no questions for you, bro. This is obvious stuff. And then we got the 1 Aussie, the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, the 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and the 1 Link Spider. So 2 things about the Link monster choices. I don't see a BLS Link or a Megaclops. Did you miss these cards at all? Or don't need them, you were fine with the way it was?
And I was completely fine with the way it was. I feel like with Zeus running around and stuff, like against Virtual World especially, with Megaclops, they have plenty of XZs monsters they can use. They can also, like, pop it with Chuche, I believe, too. So I just don't think Megaclops is very good. And the BLS Link, I would rather just, like, make a Zeus, because, like, in terms of, like, my extra deck space, I guess, like, the only card that I could, like, potentially see me cutting would be Unicorn, but Unicorn just gives also more utility, because whenever, like, you also back, like, a monster from your opponent's graveyard, you can just make a Unicorn and shuffle something back.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and I agree with that. I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't been playing the Zoodiac Eldlich variant as much since Drytron has been released. But I think this is a very well adapted list. I think it's something to take inspiration from, and I want to thank you and congratulate you for your excellent performance in the GG4Free, brother. Thank you so much for playing, and we hope to see you in future tournaments.
Thank you for hosting this tournament, man.
All right, no problem, buddy. That's all I got for you guys. GG4Free, Undefeated with Zoodiac, Eldlich. Be sure to leave a like, comment down below. Let us know what you think of the list, and join the live stream in the Discord down below if you want to play in free tournaments every week. That's all I got for you guys today. LoganJYA signing off. Have a great day.